some passenger in the bus that morning.
Alright, well, I figured I'd show you how I do my beavers
His eyes
more.
got big, put the
But then I
newspaper down
don't
and pull the
start
cord.
from the middle out. I work from the nose down and do the whole
Phone
thing
right
like
there.
this.
And Richard
You
is
hear
sitting
how
behind
mine
the
sits on this
The
beam.
mirror is new, had been made.
People
The
are
nose right here.
turn around and look.
It's down over that
It's him.
knob
So he
on
gets
it.
off the bus.
And I got my
And you did
vice grips right here if I need them.
that phoned in that flagged down truck.
See how fast we can
Gas
do this
and said,
thing.
hey,
Nah, I just
killer's on that bus.
pretty
follow
much
that bus. And the chase was
work
on.
down the center of it. Start.
He's being tracked by people calling in. He runs the I-5
Go
freeway.
as far as I can reach.
And ran across all lanes of the freeway. He then
Just
continued
below the
running in
ears
the northeast
here.
direction, ending up on Indiana.
And once I cut, I still flip my knife over
One gentleman,
and scrape where I've cut, just so it kind of gets a little residual fat off there. You don't always
couldn't get the car out.
get the fat off the hide yet, even though there's meat on it over top of it.
Numbered street.
You're cutting.
Give me the keys. Give me the keys.
Try to do
And then I look at his face.
about one more pass
And then I recognize that he was
on each side.
In Spanish, he hollered to give him the keys or he would kill me.
Well, it's still
That's when
sitting
Manuel de la Torre got involved. Manuel
flat on its back anyways.
I gave him one by his car, the man fell, he started running away, I chased him, and I gave him another hit.
I'll spin it kind of.
Chase him down the street.
I'll try to get this
I say, oh my God, that's the guy.
where that piece of meat is left over there still. It's kind of hard for you to see, but
I didn't give a fuck.
get it square on my beam.
Tired. I looked
Still
down,
being held on
saw,
by the nose.
sheriff's patrol car coming down the street.
Call came
I'll
up.
kind of clean
22.
just a little bit up right here.
Possible fight. Possible man with a gun. I could see maybe 3 or 4 people on one side of the street. The closer
Trying
I
to get
got,
it started, I
They
guess.
were moving around, they're yelling, they're waving around, screaming, and I could see one person sitting on the sidewalk.
And I'll go down
I'm lucky
another slice.
But you knew that everybody was gonna finish.
All the neighbors just hung together and got him. There's one guy holding
And then,
him.
like I said, I take the
I could
legs,
tell that he had been hit.
I just slip them over that.
Beat him. He had
Then
photo
nose my beam
on
there.
his hands, on his shirt. He was
Push my
kind of
knife
running.
up.
He was really exhausted. I just told him, stand up. He stood up. I handcuffed him. I put him in the police
Start
car
with
back
my
seat.
And takes him into
Pushing side just to get it going a little bit. The front legs normally
The crowd was getting bigger.
are pretty
they were
thin,
getting
so you
louder.
kind of got to watch it. But normally the fat ones pushes pretty easy.
They were starting to circle, getting closer and closer, and pointing to a newspaper, and I could even hear people saying, "Ese es el matón, the killer. Let's get him. Yeah, let's get him."
Strong
And I'm like,
down.
"Oh, no, I gotta control this."
I was just really pissed off at the way things had turned out, that I was under arrest now. And I turned at all the people that are around me, and I spit at them. I poked my tongue out at them. I stuck it in and out, like a serpent. And finally, with a had a pistol, I made them scatter. They wouldn't be afraid that they thought they
Turn it on that beam. Clean around these. I don't know. Like I said, don't worry about getting it all clean because you're gonna trim that front leg anyways. And I get to where I'm gonna clean that side of the face, like the cheek and stuff here. Get all this off. It's kind of gristly here, pretty good.
and I get notified they've got him in custody.
But I
I'm
found
so excited. I can't wait
cut
to get there.
away from the
Oh,
face
I mean,
like
we
this,
were
it kind of
flying.
stays
And when I got
stays
to the
on the
station,
board a
a
little
lot of
better.
people around the station.
The entire
It don't take much, and it don't have to be super clean.
was surrounded with citizens.
You're gonna trim this little cheek piece off and shit anyway. Little piece of meat on the face there.
I was working at the crime lab. We received a call needing someone to go over to LAPD to fingerprint and positively identify a suspect. that
Do
they
the other
believe
leg.
to be the
You
killer.
got washed.
And
These
I remember
legs are
when
blown
they
out
knocked
real
on the
bad,
door.
especially the back ones rip pretty easy too. The front ones will
tall
rip
and
even
slender.
easier. Like this one's already ripping, I can see it.
He
So I just pull it up a little bit, grab my clamp, clamp it back behind it so it
and he
won't rip as
slowly
easy.
looked around the room to take it in, and he looked right in your eyes. You know, he did look at you, and that's when I saw, wow, those eyes are terrible. There's evil in that man, and you could sense it. My partner, Hannah Woods, jumped up and she said, I will print him, because she knew I didn't want to do it.
He went into an interview room, and he was sitting there. He was just like the witnesses had been talking about. The hair, the teeth, the way he talked. I said, my name's Sergeant Frank Salerno. I started to introduce Gil, and he said, I know who you are.
Do that thing for a second. You're gonna kind of spun
Sure took
around
me
here.
back, because I never had a suspect say that on an interview.
And it makes it a little more of
He
a
knew
pain in the ass
all
when they
about
split
Prince
like that. But
to the point where he was calling him Mr. Salerno, and he called him that because he knew Mr. Salerno worked on the Hillside Strangler. He was like awestruck, you know, that was a hero to him. And I was just another Mexican in the crowd.
He did admit to reading about various cases. He read about the Hillside Strangling, read about Bundy. He was a student.
Salerno advised him of his constitutional rights he invoked, which normally once he invokes, okay, that's it. We started to get up, said, okay, you want to talk, we're out of here. And he said, well, wait a minute, I have some questions. So we sat down, and then I started
this other
talking.
cheek.
I was from the streets, I'm Hispanic, he was from the streets, and we talked a little slang talk. Orale, what's going on, Rich? You know, orale is a greeting saying hello. What's up? Nobody else would be saying that other than somebody that came from the streets that's Hispanic. There was one point in time I got I'm talking to him and getting to part of the interview, and I'm getting to a very sensitive area. Well, I'm talking to him about his family. He's got his head down on the table, and his hands are right there just like this. He just, like, listening to me, but and all of a sudden, he starts to breathe heavy, almost to the point of hyperventilation. And as he's doing this, his hands start coming off the table for a little bit. And in my mind, for the millisecond, I'm sitting there saying, if this guy starts to float around this room, I'm out of here.
But
I have
besides-
fought people before, I've been stabbed, I've been shot at, but I never.
Belly
fought
side's
somebody
the
who's
easiest.
floating
Back's the
around
fucking
room.
hardest
This
part
guy's got
normally.
11 feet right
Just
here.
because you gotta do all the cutting. Tail's not bad once you get used to it. I like to go across the tail instead of straight down on it. Normally, cutting towards the end of the tail, it seems to work. Once I get here,
All the neck looks like a
done with
scissors.
the top, I'll
Right
pull it
there.
up a little
I
way.
got the impression it's a lynch mob.
I'm gonna pop these pieces
They've
of
got
fat.
word somebody's out there
Meat
gonna
hanging off, they
kill
just
him when he
fucking get in
comes
the
out.
way and pull it to one side or the other.
Shoot up the place.
Some people say they help pull it down. I think they're make it more of a pain in the ass. And this shit, right around
Salerno,
kind of
right in the back
in
seat.
between its hips, it's kind of silver skin
I was in the front
bullshit.
seat.
Sometimes you can cut
We
it
only had to go a few miles.
with your sharp side. Sometimes it'll push a little better. It just all depends on the beaver. Little ones
We
normally
drove
you
down
can
the street
push it
and
on
turned
right
right,
down.
and there was a truck, and there was some lady standing on top of there. As we came by, she opened up her blouse and she's swinging her breast back and forth. She wasn't doing it for me. I said, there you go, Rich. She's doing it for you. We had helicopters
We'll
overhead.
pull it up, do the
Yeah.
same thing with
Police
the
vehicles,
back leg.
motorcycles,
Stick it
in
over
front,
the end.
police vehicles, motorcycles behind us, all on the streets. I mean, it was like a motorcade. They were just chanting, jumping up and down, screaming. They were happy.
And there was hundreds of people, and everybody was
Normally-
yelling. It was
normally
like
right on the edge of
World
the tail.
Series.
Kind of which the way I skin them, it leaves that little piece of thin skin where the
Every single person
right
in that
where the
restaurant
asshole
was
is, where the
clapping and,
casters
like,
act.
cheering. I mean, everybody.
It normally ends up
They got
peeling off and scraping it.
And we
Like I said, I like once I get to the back legs, I like to cut straight down
Is Richard Ramirez
to the legs
You almost feel
instead of
a collective sigh of relief.
straight down towards the tail.
We're all
Just 'cause
from
it-
California.
I hold
I
it,
worked on that
hold it
story
with the
for
back
so
leg.
long. Do you know where I was when he
Seems
was
to-
arrested? I was at the
Seems to
hairdresser
work a little
getting my
better
hair
that
cut.
way.
I'll
You don't
never forget it.
Richard
get
Ramirez
caught up on
arrested today after being held by
them
an
cuts and
enemy
skinning
Police
it.
today arrested the man they believe is a so-called Night Stalker.
The man who may be the Night Stalker in custody. California residents may
Cut
sleep
towards
on
the tail.
I mean, my dad was
Where
so
your sharp
happy.
side, it normally
He just
it'll get it
loved
pretty damn
how
close,
he was
which
caught,
I
that
said-
it was citizens.
I trim this whole
that
tail
had seen
piece
his
right here
picture
anyway,
and
so I
just
don't
did everything they
have
could
to get it
not let
all
him get
super
away.
clean. It'll get all that fat will get trimmed off there
I
anyway.
can't begin to tell you how proud we, all of us, are of the people in this community.
But he came here, he doesn't made a mistake, did he? He's the suspect we were looking for. So now comes
That
all
side,
the
flip it around.
tying him in to all the other crimes that we're looking at.
That side, something belly here yet.
Word of the Night Stalker's capture spread rapidly among local residents here.
Pull it up.
Many,
Slide
thank God.
the other leg in.
Once we got to the jail, I
Normally
told
one's a little
him,
bigger than
"We're
the
gonna
other
put
because that's the one it's
Special
caught on.
cell.
That's gonna
I said, we're going to put you in the same
have a
cell.
bigger fucking hole.
There's an
Just
inside
'cause it's a
triangle.
little tore up or something.
You can see that
Front
he
foot
was
caught
taken.
one's the worst because it's
And Richard.
and that leg's always pretty much busted.
We're playing a card.
So the front leg's
He knew he
huge,
was interested
pulled pretty big.
in serial killing.
This is like a celebrity cell.
So we're going to play it, and we're going to put him in that same cell, give him some status, let him think he's important. Who's to say at some point he wasn't going to tell a jailer, hey, tell those homicide cops to come back, I want to talk to him. And that's where we left him. We left him in Kenneth Bianchi's old
No,
cell
they're not.
at Central Jail.
I enjoy doing beaver, really. I mean, they're not terrible. You get used to them. You can work them out
8:30
pretty
that
quick.
night. I'm done, I can get out. That particular day, a cousin of mine was getting married. I go to the Hilton, I'm walking in from the outside into the lobby of the place, and I see one of my younger sisters.
That's it.
And she's not really that affectionate with me.
Yeah,
She runs up,
flesh.
she puts her arm, interlocks it with mine. She says, "Oh, come on."
I don't know how long that took.
I said, "Why do you want to walk in with me?" She says, "Oh, you're the thought of the town."
13-minute video.